Hey everyone, it's Monday. Welcome to 5 Girls 5 Minutes. I'm Sarah, and I will get right to the questions. There's a cat sleeping behind me on my bed. That's Lizzie. She just decided she likes my bed. I've been here a while and she just decided. So Tara asked, what did we have for breakfast? I don't eat breakfast really because, first of all, I don't get up that early. I usually try to get up at 10:30, but even that's like midday. It's not really breakfasty. It's brunch time, maybe. And second of all, I can't eat very early. If I eat too early, my stomach gets upset. So I've learned I just have lunch and dinner. But for the first meal of the day, I just had a toasted sandwich with butter and cheese on it, and it was really good. It's so simple, but it's really good. I usually have English muffins with peanut butter on them, but I'm trying to not have routines like that, because I used to, for like 2 years, I would eat grilled cheese for breakfast / lunch every day. So I'm trying to not be routine-y. Do I sound like I have a cold? I might be getting my dad's cold. I'm worried about that. My dad has a cold that he got from my sister's fiance and my sister also. My sister has a fiance, by the way. Itzel asked, do we like covers? Like cover songs? Generally not really. I'm kind of picky. I'm sort of like you, Itzel. A lot of times I feel like the cover version is just nowhere near as on point as the original. I love the original, especially like things like the Beatles and stuff of that era. I feel like the music back then was just so good, and so, not really of its time, but in the time that it was created, it was made perfectly with all of the technology that they had back then. They didn't have all the fancy, like, auto-tune. I hate auto-tune. That's one of the things I don't like about Glee, is the auto-tune stuff. But, sometimes I like covers, but it really depends. There are a few Beatles covers that I do like, and there's a Who cover of, oh, I can't remember what song it is. Oh, Sunrise. I said I couldn't remember, and then I immediately remembered. There's a cover of Sunrise by some girl. I don't remember her name. I used to have it on my computer. I'll have to re-get it, I guess, but it's really pretty. I just generally don't listen to covers unless they're really, really good. I'll check them out, but I won't, like, keep them if I don't like them. I'm kind of hoity-toity about covers, but, and Tally kind of had two questions that weren't really questions, but they were like discussion topics, and they were interesting, and they kind of go with what's been going on with me. First, you were talking about doing things a lot so it's not exciting anymore with February album writing month and NaNoWriMo, and I kind of feel the same way about them. I haven't been doing them as long as you have, but I'm starting to feel like, well, for like NaNoWriMo last year, I wrote such a good story that I have to keep working on, and I've been horrible about sitting down and starting to revise it and do second drafts and stuff, but I wrote such a good story that I kind of don't want to do it again this year. Unless something amazing hits me, I might just work on that story and have that be my focus in November, is trying to get myself to keep writing. I think John Green has something like that, where it's like National Finish Your Draft, I mean at this time thing. I can't remember the whole acronym, it's really long, but it ends with BIMSCOM, I think. But, so I might be doing that, especially if I haven't started revising by November. I hope I will, but yeah. So and it's the same with February album writing month. This year I was so proud of the songs that I came up with for the Wes Anderson movies that I don't really know if I will be able to muster more for next year, but I don't know. I was thinking about maybe doing it for John Green's books next year, so I like having weird themes like that. It keeps me going. If I'm just writing things about random things, I would putter out. But yeah, so I know what you're talking about. And then your other question was going back and watching something and getting all excited again. I do that a lot because I have a lot of things that I'm obsessed with, and I never stop being obsessed with them. Like, it quiets down, but then it comes back. And then when it comes back, it's like a rebirth, and it's really exciting. It's happened to me with The Who before, it's happened to me with the Beatles and the Monkees and Flight of the Conchords. Recently, I was watching Flight of the Conchords clips on YouTube, and I was like, oh my god, I love them so much! So I'm probably going to start watching the series again. And I just got my Monkees DVDs back from my sister's condo, and I watched 3 episodes yesterday, and I was in love. So that happens to me a lot. And, yeah, so that's all the questions that we had this week. I hope Libby's doing okay. She's probably coming down from the high of hanging out with Itzel, because I know I would be excited about that. And I don't really have a question. Do you ever go to restaurants that are really, really exciting with like games and stuff, and then when you actually sit down to eat, the eating part's not as fun as the like waiting part? Does that make sense? Like waiting at the bar sometimes is more exciting than sitting at the table? That's the kind of random question I have. So yeah, Tara, I will see you tomorrow.